Hey, what's shaking, everybody? Sunday, week 2 finished up on Friday. I actually went in on Saturday and helped the instructor change mud flap brackets and mud flaps on a couple of the trucks. And I pulled another one in, fixed a wiring issue on the trailer. Yeah, it's a 48-foot tandem axle flatbed. Floor needs replaced pretty bad, but it's going to wait till the fall to do it. Everything else, pretty cool. Yeah, we had to bring in an FLD Freightliner too. I can't remember why we went in. We had to get some sticker stuff off the door and all that other fun stuff. Week 2, awesome. Monday went out and kind of learned what you needed to do as far as the backing goes with the truck. What you need to do for your test, I should say. So we got kind of permanent cone setups for your alley dock, your offsets, your straight line, your parallel, and then we got our nice little road, and it leads over to the ag complex, which has another big parking lot that we put up 4 cones 75 feet apart. And that's our serpentine. It's not DOT required, but it's something that's really nice. It's easy to control your trailer. I can make it through 3 cones, and then my trailer's so far off I can't catch it. The kid who's in the truck with me, he sits next to me in class. That kid is ridden with his dad quite a bit, and he drove shag truck where he works now. So he can back up like a champ. No problem at all. He can back clear through that serpentine, back clear around, get himself straight, back up the other way. It's insane. He can parallel park real easy. Usually I can get it in one shot. Sometimes I need to take a pull up, but usually I can get it in one shot. He can do it no problem. He can do the alley dock no problem. The offsets, usually he doesn't have a problem with those. I can do the offsets and the parallels. I've only tried the alley dock once. My trailer got switched from the regular 48-foot flat to the 48-foot flat that we have the loaded billets on. And that truck is geared different than the other trucks. Still a 10-speed transmission, but I think it's geared lower for a heavy haul truck. And your top gears, where your second gear and 7th gear would be on the 10-speed transmission, it's supposed to be directly up from 3rd. It is close to reverse. I mean, reverse and 2nd and 7th gear are really, really close. You know, where they should be over here, like that. So if you try to go in to start in 2nd gear when you're going uphill with a load, if you're not paying attention, you will roll into 4th. Just like if you're not paying attention when you're going from 6th to 7th, you'll roll into 9th. Usually I don't have a problem with that, but went out on Friday and I missed 2nd gear a couple of times, tried to start in 4th, which obviously don't work. But that's alright. Been going down the road about every day or two around town, which is really cool, kind of going through traffic, and that's really, really nice. You know, it's not as nerve-wracking as I thought it would be. I'm enjoying it. I know everybody's chomping at the bit to go out of town, to go out around town, to get that experience in. Because one thing to ride in your private course, but it's a whole other thing to be up next to traffic and going over overpasses and narrow turns. And we were heading southbound when my truck partner was with me. You know, of course, instructor's in the front seat too. Has to be, since we don't have our CDLs yet, just the LPCs. And the southbound lane has your regular middle lane, your left-hand turning lane, your right-hand turning lane. And the right-hand turning lane can go straight if it so chooses. Some lady going eastbound goes to turn northbound and cuts across the right-hand turning lane, the center lane, and we were getting ready to go left. We were in the left-hand turning lane, cuts clear across that. We seen her, so he slowed down. But yeah, some lady talking on her cell phone cuts across all those lanes of traffic. Just a joyous thing. but it's the way people are. You know, you're gonna run into that wherever you go. People are always gonna be talking on their cell phones and getting away with it. You even see cops on their cell phones. So take it as it comes. But you know, that's what we're here at school for. You know, we're here to learn how to pay attention. I'm enjoying that. Learn how to fuel a truck. You know, it seems pretty simple, cleaning the fuel cap, pulling it off, putting your fuel in, but I've never used a double system before, you know, where you got a fuel nozzle on both sides going at the same time. So that was pretty cool. We took the truck down to the mechanic shop, had a couple tires fixed, had another thing done at the Freightliner dealership. So that was pretty cool. You only go through there, kind of see what you got to deal with. We went through our in-cab vehicle inspection deal, kind of like what your test is going to be like. We went and looked at the Nebraska DOT video they have on their website, or DMV video, I guess it would be. They're kind of telling you what you need to look for. So we did the in-cab checks, we did the brake checks, and all that other fun stuff. We close to 300 pages in our textbook, chapter 13 or something right now. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, overall, I'm real impressed with the school. Being able to haul loads, learn how to do the load securement, learn how to tarp. That was a fun thing, learning how to throw a tarp. You know, and granted, when you get into the industry, everything's going to change, but it's still nice to have that idea when you're in school. That's one thing that I really do enjoy. You know, and the instructor is not against, you know, Ed's not against staying late. If you want to come in on a weekend and practice, he's going to be there. You want to stay late and practice, he's going to be there. If you want to sit there and ask him questions, even stuff that seems ridiculously stupid, he's there to answer your questions. He's there to give you real life stories, which is wonderful. I've been going to the truck stop every couple of nights. There's a couple of them here in town, one on the north end of town, one on the south end of town. And kind of BSing with drivers, kind of talking to them, see what they think, you know, from where they went to school, where they're at, who they're working for, cool things like that. So I'm really enjoying that. But I say, week 2 of school, I'm overly impressed. It is just awesome. You know, it's goodness, man. I mean, I couldn't have made a better decision. I am very happy. I am just, like I say, I'm ecstatic. Love all my classmates. Love my instructor. Love the school. Town is awesome. It's just joy. You know, I haven't been this happy in a long time. I haven't had this much fun in a long time. It's enjoyable. School is enjoyable. It's not a CDL mill where they're there to get your CDL and kick you out on the road. We got to read, you know, what is 800 some odd page book. We got to get, I mean, it's awesome. Not next week. This next week I'm going to be going, should be doing my CDL testing, doing my pre-trip, doing my backing tests, or my skills test I should call it, and doing my road test. And hopefully at the end of this next week, early 4th week, I should have my CDL. Well, we all should. And after that, then we start taking our trips. We got to go pick up a load of wire reels. I can't remember if it's for underground cable or what it's for. I got to go pick up a load of those. Taking both the dry box and flatbed. Hopefully get them on the flatbed. If we can't, we got the dry box there. Some are pretty bad. We'll throw them in the dry box. Then we got a few other trips. I'm not sure where all we're going to go. There's talks of South Dakota, talks of Iowa, talks of Missouri. So, I don't know. It's a lot of fun, though. Got my gate pass for Nucor here in Nebraska, or here in Norfolk. So that was pretty cool. That was a fun process to go through. So, it is pretty awesome. Learn how to build bulkheads to stop shifting loads, you know, get oiled steel and things like that. Got to stop and see somebody did not secure plate steel correctly, and they were going around a roundabout, and yeah, it was oiled plate and it went through the back of the sleeper. Got to go look at that. Go around the roundabout every day. That's kind of fun to learn how to navigate that. I really enjoy that. Going through the most difficult situations that I possibly can, going through road construction. Yeah, the first day that I drove on the road, went through road construction. It's very fun to see that. Very fun to go through that, because if I'm going to make a mistake, I want to make a mistake while I'm at school. If I make a mistake after school, I want to do it with the trainer. That way I have somebody there who can help me correct that mistake. That's just my opinion. I know everybody can be different. It's overall, everybody's just been awesome. Everybody at the school, every one of the classmates. Every time I go to the truck stop to get coffee, ladies are unbelievably nice. I had one tell me yesterday that I was too nice to be a truck driver. But I stopped and talked to a Melton driver this morning. That was pretty fun. He sat and he talked forever. He's from Florida. He's all the way up here in Nebraska. Took a hot load up here, and of course nothing around here is open on the weekends. So we sat and talked for a good long while. I think he was happy to have the conversation, asked him about the company. I've talked to TMC drivers. I've talked to about everybody I can find. It doesn't matter who they work for. It's always good to have the information. Some guys are going to love their company. Some guys are going to hate their company. But it's always good to talk to them. If you talk to a recruiter, they're there to sell you. They're there to sell you the company. You got guys out there hunting for referral bonuses. But to talk to these guys, just to hear it from the horse's mouth, to hear these guys' stories. Not only hear what they're doing now, what they did before. The guy I talked to this morning worked for Schneider National for 15 years, 10, 15 years. He said, working for Melton right now, he can make, some weeks get slow. But he's very thrilled, Said even if it's slow, it's consistent enough the rest of the time, I don't have to worry about it. Which is awesome. Those are the things I want to hear. Everybody's going to have a good week, everybody's going to have a bad week. But it's being happy enough there that even when the bad weeks come, you're fine. Because that's only a spurt, it's not going to last all the time. And he wasn't quick to bash anybody, any company. He's dealt with the good, he's dealt with the bad. And those are the guys I like talking to. Because they give you the real story. They tell you the pros, they tell you the cons, and they say, hey man, I don't want to work anywhere else. Times are going to be good with every company, times are going to be bad with every company. But here, the good things dramatically outweigh the bad. Same talking, TMC drivers, Kime TS drivers, Boyd Transportation drivers, Great Carrier drivers. It's fun to talk to the guys that are on the front lines doing their job, not recruiters. It is just wonderful. But back to school. I love it. I'm proud of my decision. I'm proud I chose to come where I did. Very proud of the schooling, very proud of myself. It is awesome. It's a learning experience. Once you figure one thing out, they're going to switch it up on you. And that's good. They want to make things as difficult as they can, so you can learn as much as you can. And they're very, very quick to tell you that, hey man, once you get out of this school, you're going to keep learning. You're not going to know it all. You're going to know just enough to get that truck on the road and get your load delivered. You go with the trainer out of school because you don't know shit yet. And that's what I like to hear from the instructor. I knew that going into this, but there are other guys that go into these programs that don't have that clue. Recruiters of these other companies that told them they're going to make $50,000, $60,000 a year is sitting on their ass. They don't realize what all goes into it and how much you're going to struggle your first couple of years. And I'm not even a rookie yet. I'm just going through school right now. I think I'm a little less arrogant than other people, but I know there's a certain level of arrogance that's going to go with it when you graduate college. I've been through it when I went to Wyotech. We're all going to go through it. As humble as we want to try to keep ourselves, we're all going to get a little bit of a head when we graduate. So, is what it is. The Northeast Community College Truck Driving Program Week 2, awesome. I would recommend this program to anybody, anywhere. But it isn't about me. It isn't about you. I mean, it's about what you want and what's going to work best for you. What works good for me may not work good for you. This is everything that I could have wanted and more. I am just ecstatic. I'm thrilled with everything that's happened. I'm more than impressed. It is awesome. Even the hotel I'm staying at, I was pretty weary of it when I started. But it's cool. You know, the staff is really nice. You got a few issues. You know, it's construction workers stay here, so they like to stay out and party pretty late, but that's all right. They usually quiet down before I start to get mad. It's cool. You know, they take out my garbage, they make my bed, and it is nice. I don't want to get caught up in that, but it is really nice. They have wash and dry facilities here, so I don't have to go to an expensive laundromat. It is awesome. The only thing that would make this all better is if somebody came and picked me up and brought me to school every day, so I didn't have to drive my own car, but I'm getting a little too wishful there. Overall, out of 5 stars, I give it a 5. As far as school goes. The hotel has been awesome. It's not a 5-star hotel. It's called a 2-star hotel. I would give it 3.5 stars, at least. It's not a Holiday Inn by any means, but it is a nice. It is really, really nice for what I paid for it. The school, 5 stars out of 5. Instructor as cool as could be. Students, awesome. Yeah, I love it. Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. Like I said, I'm going to try to keep these videos coming at the end of every week. And, you know, maybe whenever I get bored, I don't have a lot of time, you know, on the night time. I'm usually too tired by the time I get home. I just sit, do my homework, eat supper, take a shower, go to bed. But lots of really cool things happen. You know, I love driving through town. I love getting it on the road, driving next to the other trucks. Learning how to shift going off hills. Learning how to shift when you're stopped at stoplights. You know, learning what to do when you're turning to commit yourself to get your lane. And it's awesome. Anyway, guys, I got to get back to work. Thank you guys for watching. I'll chat at you later.